What's up 1KB gang? I'm here with another one. Today I've been called out here to do an audition. Here somewhere in Toronto we're doing a 6x9 addition. So we're extending a washroom, a bathroom that's there. We're extending it out and we're adding a new washroom. And I want to show you guys step by step of how to construct something like this. If this is something that you're interested of learning how to do, we start our digging. We almost finished the digging. I'm about to start to do the footing. After the footing, it's going to be block, framing, all that. It's going to be a series video where we're going to dive you step by step of how to do this, so that way you can do it yourself.
Coffee or something? No, I'm good. Espresso shots, regular coffee.
No, sir, I'm good, man.
You want a coffee?
Man, I'm good, thank you.
Tea.
I'm good, you're the best. So 6. Alright, let's mark out our building so that way we can have it dig. The first measurement I took from the building is 9 feet. Usually you want to go 2 feet more than the total measurement of what your building gonna be. So if your building is 6 feet, for instance, you could go 8 feet. So that way you have a 2 feet right around where you can stand and do your porridging, because by code you have to porridge your foundation wall after you finish to lay your blocks. So here I'm marking out my first line. What I did here, I hold the line right onto the house so that way I can get the straightness from the house. So I have one of my workers there hold the line as far as you can get it inward to the house, and then you're gonna barely bring it to the outer edge of the house, so that way you know that the line is perfectly in line with the house itself. Once it's perfectly in line, we're just looking at the level now. Make sure that it's straight. We're gonna plumb it down and spray it right onto the ground. After that, we catch that line. We need to take a measurement from the line, 2 feet from the line over. So mark 2 feet over. We're gonna do the same thing down at the other end, down by the house, and then we can mark from there right through, so that way we have our 2 feet clearance from where the house foundation wall is. Once we catch that, we're gonna use our square to go the opposite direction. So we need to have the same 2 feet from the house, so we just use measurement. Now we're gonna transfer this square measurement back to the other end. For this digging I will come now. For this digging I will come. I need 2 feet. Put a clearance on the back of it. It go backfill back in 2 feet after it. So here I'm just checking with my square onto the wall as we turn in this direction, just to make sure that the level is square with the existing home that's there.
You're gonna
have to move that too. I can't hear you.
Yeah?
Yeah, yeah, not really have to be perfect. Cause go after we go square if you do it all.
Yeah, man. If I put this.
So right where I'm marking now gonna be the outside of where the digging gonna be. 2 feet inward is where our foundation wall gonna be. So now we're gonna have the digging. We're gonna start to get this dig out so we can have the footing coming up soon, and after that we're gonna have our foundation pour and block installation. All the fun stuff is coming. So
They still have to put the cement and
this is it. So basically we finish our digging. We dig down right down to the existing footing. As you see there, so we're gonna set up our footing right now, come right up to the existing footing. We might have to stay down a little bit lower, being as we have to work out to reach right up to the height of the existing joist that's there. Later on we'll talk more about that, but right now we're gonna start to clean out a little bit more, and after that we're gonna start to do our framing for our footing. So what I'm gonna do here, I'm gonna get one of these 2x4. I'm just gonna mark it right in the half. We're just gonna rip this in two, just so that we can use it as for our peg to fasten in the ground. Now we need to make some pegs, so we need to sharpen the head of it. So now we're starting to do our footing. The first thing you want to do, you want to transfer the straightness from the house. As you see, I have a string line here. I have a straight edge with my level. We're trying to get the straightness from the house right down into the bottom of the foundation. So what I did here, I run a line just like how we did earlier when we were doing the markout. It's the same procedure we're doing now to transfer the plumb mark right down in the foundation. So once the line is straight parallel with the existing home that's already there, I'm just using a straight edge because my level is not long enough. Once the straight edge is touching the line, I just plumb that right down to the ground. And this is my first pieces of board that we're setting up in the bottom here for our footing. So our footing gonna be 20 inches in width. That's what they call for on the drawings. So the block that we're gonna install here is 10 inches. So we're gonna have on either side 5 inches on either side and 10 inches in the middle for the block. So you have 5 to 6 inches bearing on either side of the foundation after we finish. Come like a rock stone down there. Okay, so now we're gonna try again for square. Okay, good. We have our laser set up right over here, so we know that where she is. If you look closer, you can see the laser mark right onto my post or my stake. And now we're just gonna lift it up right up to the level of the laser. Beautiful. Need to put in a few more screws. We're fine. $78 3/4. So rough you up. It's expensive, man. Alright, so now we need to take the measurement for the piece that's gonna go on the inside. So we're just gonna measure 20 inches from the outside, mark it off. This is where we need to finish it. Now that we have our mark, we're gonna measure from this wall right over to our mark, 55 1/4. Footing that's already there, we just transfer the level from the outside to the inside. Now I'm just marking onto the floor so that way we can have the helper cut some rebar for us. Meanwhile, we're setting up here for our pegs. Just need to put one screw just to help to secure it, so that way when the concrete go in there, it won't brace it away. So once we finish our footing, guys, we're gonna wait on inspection, and afterwards we're gonna pour our footing. That's gonna be a separate video. So if you haven't already subscribed, make sure you subscribe, that way you get notified. So here I'm using some 2x8 for my footing. It calls for 2x6. But if you know your boy Ryan, I like to step it up a little bit to make sure that we have assurance. You know what I mean? It calls for 2x6, 2x8 is much better. I even go with a thicker steel just to help give it some more extra strength. So now we're gonna install some rebar chair. Just gonna use 2 on either side. You never wanna have your rebar sit directly onto the soil. We're using a 2 inches rebar chair here. This is how they look. I'm gonna install 2 of them right in here. And super easy. All we do is just lift it up. You just want to lift it up, put one right underneath, just like so. To make sure that it's sitting sturdy. The idea is to not have the rebar sitting directly onto the soil. Alright, so now we're gonna install our rebar. We're gonna go to rebar number 2. And it look like it bent too long. If it's too long, you can't work, you know. See it? Piece of this have to cut off. About 2 inches have to cut off it. Half of it down here, so. I'm using 15 mil rebar here. Call for 10 on the drawing, but if you know your boy Ryan, you know I like to go the extra mile just to make sure that we have assurance. You know, do the job and do it right. Do it for it to last as long as the possibility of it is. They have another 7 more to tie. After we tie this, we're gonna jump on to some strap. Stick around for that. Okay guys, so now we're gonna install some safety cap right over a rebar, just in case anyone fall on the rebar. Kinda help to, you know, protect them. And I tuck tape and I tuck me. Yeah. Okay guys, well there you have it. Hope you get value from this video. If you do get value from this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more upcoming video like this one. Thank you for watching as always, and I'll see you in the next one. Come back in a few days, we're gonna have the block. We're gonna have the concrete pouring for the footing, and after that we're gonna have block installation. After we have the framing, roofing, all that is coming up. So be sure to subscribe, hit the post notification bell, so when we upload you get notified. Thank you for watching as always, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out. Be safe out there.